After months of challenges and setbacks, today we are finally turning the tide. This is the moment when all the planning and constant effort start to pay off. Our boat structure is being rebuilt, better and stronger than before.
Welcome back to a new week in the boatyard. You might have been waiting for this repair just as much as we have. Join us as our damaged boat is coming back together one layer at a time. So guys, before we start off with this video, we want to give you a little bit of background information on the structure of our boat and how it is built, because we have been receiving some messages about how the repair will be done. And to give you an insight, we have made this sketch from our previous video. And here you can see that our boat consists of two main pieces: the hull, which is a sandwich composite, and the frames, which are built against the mold, so they are hollow. And these two parts get put together with an adhesive layer between them, which is quite thick in our case. And this is where the cracks showed up. So in between the frames and the hull was okay, there were no damages, and the frames were also fine. So the question that we had was, how are we going to repair this? And there are multiple ways to do it, obviously. One would be, that you also suggested in the comments, to actually remove the frames completely, to remove the glue layer underneath. The problem that could occur here would be that the frames and the hull don't actually have the exact same shape because of the molding or because of some materials that might have adjusted during the manufacturing process by the original manufacturer. So we could end up with two not exactly fitting parts, and rebuilding the frames entirely would be extensive. That would not be an option in this case. So we will show you the way it will be done. Stay with us for this video to see how we're doing it. Some have also been asking who is actually going to do the repair. If you've been with us from the very first video, you might have seen how we have been stumbling into this whole process. We didn't have any clue. We weren't expecting this repair process, so we also didn't have the time to actually plan anything. And we were just taking it step by step with our insurance company. So we are not doing the repair ourselves, but we have a team of professionals, and we are very grateful for this. They have been doing a great job. They will do the repair. But we have been learning so much during this process. It has been invaluable. We've learned so much about our boat, and yeah, even though this has been a tough process, we are really grateful for that.
They started working!
Last week we showed you that the gel coat along a 10 cm or 4-inch wide section on both sides of the frames was removed. This exposed the raw fiberglass beneath, ensuring a clean surface for the new lamination to adhere to. Huh? The plastic is gone.
Yeah, the dust protection is gone.
What? Oh my god. And this is the fiber mat. That's like not even a mat, it's huge.
There's a table to prepare the mats.
Wow.
But take care where you step.
Yeah, I'm going to stay here. So I can see they've covered the piece where they cut out the stringer.
Yeah, they filled the holes.
Oh yeah.
Next, as part of this preparation, all the test holes drilled during the insurance assessment were used to inject epoxy. Epoxy that had the right consistency to flow between hull and flange, to fill all voids and restore the frame's structural integrity.
With the surfaces prepared, it was time to move on to shaping the edges of the frames. The flanges were rounded off at an angle of about 45 degrees. This might seem like a small detail, but it's essential. Sharp edges can create stress points that compromise the strength of the lamination. Rounded corners distribute forces evenly.
It's important for us to trust the team working on the boat, while staying involved and learning along the way. That's why we visit regularly to check the progress, talk to the surveyor about the process and the timeline, and stay connected to the process, even without doing the work ourselves. Next came the heart of the process, laminating the reinforcement. Fiberglass mats were carefully cut to build a total thickness of at least 1 cm or 0.4 inch. Each layer was saturated with epoxy resin for best bonding strength and water resistance. The fiberglass was laid precisely, ensuring no wrinkles or gaps. For added precision, we used vacuum-assisted lamination. This technique removes air pockets and ensures the resin is evenly distributed across every layer. For this vacuum infusion procedure, a spacer fabric and the filling and ventilation hoses are placed on the structure, followed by an airtight vacuum foil. This red foil, in our case, must be glued airtight all around the lamination area. Each section was left to cure for multiple hours. This method ensured that every layer bonded perfectly, creating a composite structure stronger than before.
Guys, we are heading towards completion of the first part here of the laminating, and soon we will be able to remove the red plastic and continue the work and get this boat ready. Once the lamination was complete, the vacuum setup was removed and we inspected the newly built construction. After that, a protective gel coat to seal the repaired area was applied. And finally, the top coat paint was put on, giving the area a finished look and added protection against wear and tear in the bilge area. What will be interesting is how this schedule, the timetable now will proceed. The company is trying to make the best out of the time they have to get us into the water again as quick as possible. Now we're going to have a look at the keel, see what has happened there.
The keel mounting plate needs to be rebuilt because some of the dry laminate layers were damaged during the removal. This is done by adding multiple layers of fiberglass and epoxy. Once that's complete, the keel mounting plate will be shaped to perfectly match the keel plate, ensuring a snug fit. To prepare for this, the keel plate is also cleaned and coated with a primer.
It's interesting. You can really see the different layers quite well, also the new ones. So the one that was pink last week ago or a few days ago. And I can stick my finger in these holes and actually feel how far it goes up. So they have different depth. I can feel this one is at least, I would say, 2 centimeters. Going more to the back, it's even, I don't know, my finger can't go all the way through.
Yeah, it depends what is on top.
Next week, we'll reattach the keel, which will put the new construction to the test. Will everything hold up as expected, or will we face new challenges if something wasn't done perfectly? Thanks for watching, guys, and we hope you've had an amazing start to 2025.